Hello, everyone. This is Nick Kyrgios and my best friend Daniel Horsfall, and this is your weekly dose of good trouble. This has been a long time coming. You know, we travel the world, we do everything together. Horse, basically we went to school together, grew up together. He basically is family now. He's my agent. We've had so many.
Whoa. Basically family?
Basically family now. It's a context sentence.
That's crazy. Okay, we'll get to that. That's crazy.
But yeah, this is our weekly dose of good trouble, and I can't wait to do it and share it with everyone. So yeah, here we are, Horse.
Yes,
Basically
sir.
family. What's going on?
Look, let's touch on that. Basically family is actually a wild statement because you can't get any more family than we actually are. Like, it's a fact.
Yeah.
Just for everyone that doesn't know, my nickname is Horse. And if you see Nick on Instagram, you see me on Instagram, you see Nick's sister on Instagram. By the way, she's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, you've lost
I've
it.
been with her for many, many years, and we've just had a kid together. Her name is Ari. She's super cute. So this is actually Uncle Nick.
Yeah, so it's
So
family.
basically family
now.
is out of control. Uncle Nick, and I'm basically family now.
I guess I can't ever lose the friend. The friend.
No,
kind of
100%. Look,
friendship,
we're still
you know what I'm
boys.
saying? Yeah.
It'll always be like that. So I'm
Yeah.
excited for this. Good trouble
Yes.
with Nick Kyrgios. I'm happy to be a part of it.
Okay, so yeah, Horse, this is obviously a little bit different. You've been present when I do, I've sat next to Mike Tyson, Matthew McConaughey, some insane
Yep.
guests, Gordon
Yep.
Ramsay. And that's basically me learning about their journey, learning
Yep.
about how good trouble, what it means to them, how it's affected them, and how they've turned into a positive. But this is a little different because we're going to sit down, talk about things that are happening in the tennis world, giving our little controversial takes on the tennis world, NBA world, and Arvin's Corner, which I'm super excited to get into later in the
Yep.
show. We'll explain how that works. But yeah, this is just I think there's a lot on this mind, and it needs to be out there, and you can break it down and articulate it as well, which is one of the few people that are still in my life that I haven't left and get this mind. So I'm excited to get these thoughts out there.
It's funny. We're over here for Wimbledon. It's actually the only time I've gotten some sleep, which is wild.
Barely. Looking after me is not an easy task.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, look, obviously we're not playing this year, but we've got a lot of work to do still. With Wimbledon just around the corner, it's always exciting. So yeah, I mean, look, we always have good memories here. Obviously, that finals run is the best part of my career and the best result of my career, and that was done with you beside me. So I guess, I mean, how do you feel being back? Back in Wimbledon.
Oh, it's crazy, man. Like, obviously, I've been here a couple times now with you. Every experience is different here. Like, you've had some, I wouldn't call them a crash outs, but you've had some early exits.
Yep.
Some due to injury, others due to, I mean, you running into Nadal second round, which obviously isn't ideal.
Yep.
Great match, tubed him. That was good.
Yep.
Witnessed that. Yep. Also witnessed his team calling you a puta, which is not a good word.
That's all right.
That was hectic stuff.
Me and Rafa always had a bit of a rocky relationship, but that's fine.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, I feel like it's come to full fruition, You playing against Novak. Now you and Novak are boys. Like, obviously you had a pretty tough year in 2023 and obviously 2024.
Yeah.
And Novak, I feel like, was a big journey when you came back here for the first time and you actually started striking some balls back on the grass.
Yeah, and then he was the one that kind of gave me the confidence to stay on the rehab journey. He was like, didn't even look like you had wrist surgery. So yeah, Novak, shout out to Novak, always been there for me the last couple of years. And I can assure you that I won't be tubing him anytime soon.
It's solid though, because you've been there for him for all those years.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I was the only guy that stood up for him. Yeah, I mean, look, we went from hating each other to now being good friends. So it all worked out.
Man, I mean, look, full circle, my friend, full circle. All right. Look, what I want to ask you is,
yes,
I feel like we need to touch on your legendary run to the finals because, I mean, no one really expected it. Like, you were feeling pretty good. You knew you were going to do some damage.
Yep.
If you had to pick one memory from that Wimbledon run to share with everyone and be like, this is what I want to relive, what would it be?
I almost wish that Rafa didn't pull out in the semifinals. It kind of was written in the stars that we were going to play one more time at a Grand Slam. And I think that would have been, that's probably one of the biggest what ifs. Like, obviously I took I took the easy route to the final, but at the same time,
Hmm.
I was looking forward to playing Rafa so much in the semi final. And I've been telling people this, like when he retired, I was actually kind of a bit sad because I was like, this is a guy that I feel like got me out of bed sometimes. Like literally, like sometimes I would just get on the tennis court knowing that I didn't like him and I needed to, and I just wanted to beat him in
Mate, you're
particular.
out of control.
No, I'm being serious. And like when he
You're out of
retired, I
control.
was like, I even did a post for him on
Mm.
Instagram. I was like, wow, it seems weird that he's gone, but that's the biggest what if. Like I wanted to play, wanted to have him in the semi final, but I think that match against Nakashima in the fourth round was
Yeah,
probably
fourth.
the biggest hurdle because one, that was the first time on center court that year,
Mm.
and also he's been solidly coming up the last couple years, and I think he's a
Bro, I
tough
feel like
competitor.
everyone plays like Novak when they play you.
Yeah, I mean,
I've witnessed it too many times.
yeah, I just feel like, I mean, I got a bit of a target on my back. I think like people definitely want me as a scout. In
Mm.
their career, they want to say that they've beaten me. But Nakashima was an incredible match. I mean, tough 5-setter on center court, and that was like the match to put me back in the quarterfinals, which seemed to be the hurdle
Yep.
in my Grand Slam kind of journey.
Don't forget about Paul Jubb. That was a rocky first round.
Oh, I
You
mean,
kicked me out of the stands.
dude, I'm
Do you
glad.
remember that?
Yeah, I kicked the whole fucking
You
team
looked
out
at
of
me
the
and you were
stands.
like, get the
I was like,
fuck out.
fuck. I don't even know. Like, actually thinking about that match, I'm glad I got it out early. Like, there's always one of those matches where, for everyone that goes deep in a Grand Slam where they have a rocky match and it's like they
Mm.
play terrible. And I'm glad I got it out in the first round because I don't think I would have beaten anyone else in my Wimbledon like journey playing that bad. That was probably the worst match I've ever played at Wimbledon. Like, honestly, like I've never played that bad. And I
So,
somehow
do,
just
so
scraped
do
it
you,
in.
was that the hardest match to win, you reckon?
Yeah, for sure. Because I couldn't feel the ball that day. I wasn't serving great. Like I just played so fucking bad. Like, and no knock to Paul. Like
No, he's a good guy.
he's a good guy, decent player, but like, fuck, I played so bad. Like
Yeah,
so
like obviously,
bad.
look, I know when you're not feeling yourself. And yeah, that was an interesting journey. I mean, and then second round, you actually came back and you
And played
fucking destroyed. Who was
ridiculous.
it?
Krajanovic. I beat Krajanovic in straight sets. Pretty
Yeah, but it was
easy.
scary. You were over and out in like an hour and a half.
Yeah. But I don't
Who was
know. I don't
third?
know. I don't know what was Tsitsipas was third. I mean, that
Oh
match
yeah,
was
that's
fucking
right.
crazy. I
That's
mean,
probably one of the greatest matches I've ever experienced. Some guy from the crowd tried to fight me. You don't remember, but
yeah, I do.
we were on
Yeah,
the
I do.
court.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
That was
Yeah, I do.
fucking crazy.
I just feel like
He called me a pipsqueak, bro.
I just feel like Tsitsipas never has ever really recovered from that match. Like I might be wrong, like in saying this, and maybe I'm just like blowing smoke up my own ass, but like I just feel like his results ever since then have been like lackluster. I don't know. I mean, he says it's the equipment. He's not hitting it hard enough, whatever. But like, I just feel like
Surely not.
mentally that really that really hurt him that match because everyone talks about it too. Everyone still talks about
Yeah,
it.
but I feel like you forget Harley because you also played him there, and was it the quarters or the fourth round? No,
Second
quarters or
round,
third.
second round.
And remember, he beat you first set.
And then yeah, I started
Sorry,
playing
he took the
ridiculous.
first set,
Yeah,
and then you were like, "Fuck this guy." You broke him first game coming out, and
yeah. And
then
then
yeah, mate,
it.
that was nuts. So
I
I feel
just
like you had a bit of anger left over from Harley,
yeah.
carried into Wimby, and then he was mate. Do you remember he was fucking tubing balls into the crowd and shit? It was nuts.
Yeah.
I
I
feel like
mean,
we should get the
look.
highlights up. It was a good match.
I mean, yeah. It was pretty fucking crazy. That Wimbledon run was crazy. Like, I think I just love being in London just simply because obviously the final and then the people here just treat me amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They've done a complete 360. Like earlier on in my career, people used to like yell out on the street, like sometimes negative, but now like I can't literally leave the house because like I just have too much fun in this
It's
place.
too many fans. I want to see it, huh?
Yeah, it's fun, man.
All right. If you had to rank, we're just gonna like skip over this, but if you had to rank Grand Slams
Yep.
from 1 to 4, 4 being the worst, 1 being the best, clearly, where are you putting Wimbledon?
Wimbledon for me as a whole is definitely number one. Why? Because everyone stays around the Wimbledon village, so the transport to the
Mm.
courts is not it's not long. It's not a long commute. The people are nice. The event is like perfect. Every court is perfect. I just think it's the pinnacle of tennis. You can't beat it. I think Wimbledon's definitely number one. And then this
Fair.
is controversial. I would go US Open for me is number two. I love the
Don't have
energy.
that pressure of the home crowd.
Yeah, but I just love the energy of US Open is nuts. Like the celebs there. Like when I was playing the US Open against the Nasi first round, I'm wearing Nick's colors, and then I got like Spike, sitting courtside chatting shit to me.
Yeah,
Like
Spike Lee. Yeah, that
it's
was
just
cool.
crazy. Like, and he knows. And I was like, bro, Nike put me in this. I did not choose these colors. I'm a Boston Celtics fan. Like I was giving him shit. Like just the energy. Like there was a
Yeah,
barber
that's
in the
pretty
crowd.
dope.
The barber in the crowd fading hair while I was
I remember
playing.
that.
Yeah, it was on TikTok, went viral, but like, I don't know, US Open, I mean, the commute is brutal. Like, remember those early nights we had
Mm-mm.
4:15?
No, it was good, man. And then you'd have to go up, get physio, have
Yeah.
Willie rub you, get some food. So
Yeah.
obviously number 3 is French.
No, number three is Oz Open. Number three is Oz Open. Oz Open is, obviously it's amazing. It's the Happy Slam. I think the food's really good. Melbourne's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Oz Open is it's top notch. I just think that the pressure of playing in front of the home crowd is hard. It's enjoyable though. Like I think.
Do you think like playing a quarterfinal in Australia is harder than playing a quarterfinal in Wimbledon?
Yeah, I think so. One, because I usually around that time of the tournament, there's no other Aussies in the event, so it's just like you're the nation's like last hope, and it's like a lot of
Yeah.
pressure. But yeah, Wimbledon quarterfinals is fun. Like I mean, I rank my Wimbledon. Wimbledon is the best, then US, then Oz, and then French. French shouldn't even be a Grand Slam.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You need to have some, dude. That's Rafa's your boy. You secretly love Rafa. You've told me before. I love Rafa. He's the fucking best tennis player to live. You've said that to me. I've heard it.
I haven't said that. You're so
You
full of
can't
shit.
have tennis without clay.
You can. It's called
I
Wimbledon.
feel like personally, tennis should only be grass and clay. Like, why are we playing on concrete? Leave that for the
Nah.
outdoor courts.
It's called plexi cushion, mate.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Wimbledon's made some big changes this year.
Yeah.
Do you know what they are?
Well, yeah, it's electronic line calling. I mean,
You're a big fan of this stuff.
Well, yeah, like I think it's about time. I think Wimbledon, look, hear me out. I think Wimbledon's probably the only tournament that should keep humans as line judges because it's
Why?
so traditional. Like we can't even wear colors on the court, bro. Like I just feel like this is the only tournament that should stay fully tradition. Like everywhere can be electronic line call, but I would think that it'd be cool that everyone knows that like Wimbledon never changes. Now it's like, do you know what I mean? Like it's never changed
I
any
guess, but
traditions,
like,
and now it's changing this.
I
It
feel like,
doesn't
yeah,
make
but
sense.
the game's so fast now. How are you supposed to, dude? Let's be real. Everyone here in Wimbledon is at least like 80 plus.
Yeah, so get some younger line judges.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you told a lines person. How can you be a lines person when you're wearing glasses? Clearly, your eyes aren't good enough.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I got absolutely butchered for that.
Yeah, because that's outrageous behavior.
But it's true. It's true though. Younger
But I feel
people.
like they need it.
Nah, I mean, yeah. I know this is more like as a fan, not so
Oh,
just as a
okay.
player. But like, I just think it'd be cool the mentality that Wimbledon will never change its grassroots, so it won't conform to electronic line calling. Yes, there can be a replay system. Okay, like I'm not saying nothing, and then you got challenges. Yes, but I just think it's lost. Like with this electronic line call, it's kind of lost the traditional. Like, look at the line judges; they wear the same thing. They all look so
Yeah,
proper.
they're handsome.
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like
I wouldn't say they're handsome.
they're handsome. Some of them are nice.
Come on, horse.
Some
But
of them could go to the gym, but some of them are nice.
you've lost it.
I've just seen. This actually upsets me. 148 years
That's what I'm
they've
saying.
had Lions people. Yeah, but bro, hold out 2 more years and do like a 150 changeover.
That's or something like that. I just think that like
That's actually outrageous. That's a fumble.
it's
Jamie
too.
Baker, Mr. Director of Wimbledon, that's a fumble, my friend.
It's like too traditional. I don't like it. Like as a fan, I want to see the line judges. I want to see I want to see the
don't-
hand. I want to see how they dodge it. You know how they dodge the ball and stuff. Like we don't
Yeah.
see that anymore, bro.
All the ladies that just stand there and cop it in the chest and then get someone defaulted. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, Novak. Shout out Novak.
Shout out Novak. Look, you know, Johnny McEnroe. One of the most famous things is you cannot be serious. That
Exactly.
was because of a lines person, right? I
Iconic.
feel like it is iconic, and they still play to this day. Actually, I saw it in the Wimbledon
Bro,
highlights.
the guy's made a living off that. He was like fucking in movies simply because of that one line. And it's
That's
like,
true. I don't reckon his tennis was that good. If that didn't happen, he wouldn't be Johnny Mac.
but like, think about all the altercations that happen, all the cool ones like that. Now that we're not going to have them anymore. Like, I had so many funny run-ins with the umpires, and like, you just lose a bit of the charisma of the game. I think you lose some content. I just think it should just at Wimbledon they shouldn't do it, but whatever. They're not going to listen
Okay,
to me
what
anyway.
if I have an idea? Because you know I'm an ideas man, and I always think about this stuff.
Yes.
What if they bring in the electronic line calling, right? The ELC, but every player, every set gets one chance to overrule the electronic line call, regardless of how bad it is.
No, that's ridiculous, bro. See,
Why?
now you're just getting at it like this is just that.
But it's only once though.
Yeah, but so I can just blatantly call a ball fucking out. So basically
Nah, well,
just
it has to be
cheating.
like, yeah, but it can't be in the box.
Nah,
Like,
but see, then there's too much grey area. Like, you can't have that, bro.
no, yeah, but we've talked about this before. What about when they're on the ELCs and the French Open, when players were hitting it, and because the ball leaves such a big imprint on the court, you can see where it's landing. They've called it out or in, and it's clearly either out or in, the opposite of what the line is called.
Yeah, but that's the thing about the electronic line calling on clay doesn't really work, because that's why there was so many like disputes, and Zverev's taken like photos, like, because you don't need it on clay. You can just see it. It's so
Ah,
I'd
fair
like
play, fair
I don't
play,
know. Tennis is just weird.
fair play, bro. I'm just
Tennis
trying to
is
give you some
weird.
ideas, man. I'm trying to make tennis a better place.
Are you?
Yes. All right, moving on. You're taking over set three.
I mean, I guess Wimbledon does have some pretty star-studded lineups that attend, especially towards the back end of the tournament. I mean, I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure Anne Hathaway came one time.
Why'd you
She
mention her of all people?
she's my celebrity crush. I just thought I have to always give her a shout out, Anne. Anne just looks like she'd look after
Shout
me.
out Anne. Can we get Anne on this pod?
Shout out, Anne. Shout out, Anne. Yeah, but obviously Wimbledon is one of the bougiest events on the calendar.
Mm,
The royal
yeah.
family.
Yep.
I don't think the royal family ever witnessed so much swearing in a Wimbledon final ever when I played.
Yeah,
Because
that's true. You were going ham.
I was
I'm
going
pretty
ham.
sure. What's that little boy's name? I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't remember his
There's
name
a
too.
hilarious photo there where you've said something and they've
Yeah,
captured me. He's like, oh, like
yeah. I
it's
mean, he had heaps of different expressions. I mean, look, I'm sure he still remembers it to this day. But it was a fun match. But yeah, the royal, but like playing, when you actually think about it, playing in front of the royal family is actually nuts. Like,
bro, the Wimbledon is just out of control. Like
it's crazy.
it's magic. It's like almost, you know, when you step into that closet and then all of a sudden there's Narnia.
Yeah,
That's
it's just
Wimbledon, and I'll tell you personally, my first ever time going there, like, because you always used to tell me, bro, this is sick. You know,
yeah,
the strawberries and cream, the Pims, like the hill, the grass is the greenest you'll ever see. And I was like, yeah, whatever, bro. But I feel like it really is. And
it
for me,
is.
I feel like Wimbledon is the number one slam
Yeah, it is.
because it's the only slam that actually has like a theme. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you go to Wimbledon, like you're dressing up in a certain colors or a certain way. You're not doing that at the French. You're not doing that at the US. You're not doing that at the Oz Open. But
Yeah,
there's like
yeah.
an unspoken rule that if you go to Wimby,
Yeah, you have to just like dress up and look
yeah.
clean, and yeah, I know what you mean. It's got that energy, like it definitely does have like a theme, like strawberries and cream, suits, wearing white, looking clean, like Pims. Yeah,
Have you ever tried Pims?
yeah, I destroy Pims. Pims jugs
Out of
are the
10?
10 out of like
Surely not.
Pims jugs are ridiculously good, ridiculously good. Um, I'll said it twice just to make sure.
Just to really emphasize how good they are.
Yeah, but like just everything about like strawberries. How good are the strawberries here? Like you can't. I've never had
Yeah, but
strawberries taste so good
I'm
in my life.
convinced that like I reckon there's a factory where like they're injecting little sugar crystals into these things because like
Yeah, probably. Yeah. How sweet are
bro,
they?
yeah, it's unbelievable. They're not like the Australian ones. The Australian ones taste like ass,
Yeah,
like in comparison.
yeah. In comparison, yeah. In
But the cream
comparison,
here is different too. The cream's like rack. I mean, not that I can eat cream because I'd be shitting, a lot, lactose intolerant.
yeah.
But
Shout out Anne.
Shout out Anne.
Shout out Anne. Like she'll look after you. Like she'll look
I'd
after
appreciate
you.
that. Thanks, Anne. But the cream here is different. It's like we're all like watery. I feel it's not.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh, I'm actually gonna
You
go
love
get
it.
some.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen you crush a couple of those boxes in the players' lounge. That's for sure.
And I just feel like everyone plays their best tennis here as well. Like I feel like obviously Nadal won it a couple times and he won the French Open like I don't know 14 times or
14
something
times.
dumb like. But
Yeah.
like I think Wimbledon just brings out the best tennis. Like we see the best tennis. I mean the French Open final. We can talk about the French Open final was ridiculous tennis. Probably some of the best tennis I've ever seen in my life. But I think just the prestige of Wimbledon makes everyone try to play like they want to play their best tennis here. I think every tennis player wants to play their best tennis here.
Oh, we've got this is one of our favorite parts of the show.
This is probably my favorite part of the show, actually.
Arvind Pichai. We're bringing him in for Arvind's corner.
And this, I'm excited. I'm excited about this because I've actually. Okay, I'll let you get into it, but I got a lot to say on this.
He's excited. This is Arvind Pichai, and you have to really on his last name, otherwise it's not the right way. He is one handsome Indian man, born and raised in America, now lives in Brooklyn, New York, can play ball. Haven't seen his jumper yet, but I've heard it's okay. He's actually out here in London with us. He's not staying in Wimbledon, which is a shame, but he just helped Nick put on a sellout show in New Wimbledon Theatre.
Yeah.
Producer and good friend, Arvind Pichai.
That's a crazy intro.
Really good.
I rate that,
dude. Off the cuff
good.
too.
I rate that.
That was off the cuff.
That's why you're the host of this show, Horse. All right, so fourth set of every single episode of the Good Trouble podcast, titled Arvind's Corner, where I'm gonna bring in a topic of basically my choosing to talk to you two about. Doesn't always have to be tennis related, but this one is, and it's gonna be kind of fun. So, for those of you that are on Twitter, we got Tennis Centel, which is similar. For those of you that don't know, it's a parody tennis account, kind of following off of the success of NBA Centel, which is a parody of an actual NBA account called NBA Central. So basically, the point of this account is that they post parody jokes. It's not to be taken seriously.
But every tennis media outlet has taken it seriously and got fucked by them. It's so funny.
So people, to the point that
because tennis guys don't know.
To the point that during French Open broadcasts on TNT, I think several times these people got I think is the only way to say it.
They got
by this account. So I'm gonna ask question number one, Nick. You obviously interacted with this account when you first saw it, and you obviously knew immediately what this is.
I knew immediately.
Give us your thoughts upon seeing this account exist.
I think it's great. I think it's great. I've actually had a running message thread with these guys on Twitter/X, and we're just if you want to collab, and I'm just you guys are getting everyone the tennis looked so stupid when they went on live television and used these guys as a source, and I was they clearly have no culture of the NBA Centel or anything like that. I just think it's so funny, and I just tell them,
I'm ball drop by TNT. By the way,
it is a ball drop. If you just went onto their account, you can see that it's an absolute joke. Some of the stuff they're posting is outrageous.
I was gonna say, speaking of, maybe we should pull up Tennis Centel just to we'll just run through kind of what.
I got it right here. It's Carlos Alcaraz sporting a black eye during Wimbledon because of this whole Emma Raducanu love triangle between Alcaraz, Draper, and Raducanu. It's so funny. It's so stupid. Breaking news: Hubert Hurkacz has broken both his legs and has withdrawn from Wimbledon. Ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's so painfully obvious that that's not true.
Yeah, exactly. It's Yelena Ostapenko is refusing to wear white at Wimbledon. Obviously.
But some people could fall for that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like Yannick Sinner back with Anna Kalinskaya. There's so much ridiculous stuff on
That one did get picked up.
I
by the
know
way.
it did.
That one went crazy.
I know it did. They're so like the tennis world is just they're not cultured, man.
I think here's the thing. I think similar to NBA Centel, like think about like I literally have seen Kevin Durant tweet, "You got Centel to like somebody before," right? So I think it has I think it's beyond just tennis. It's like everybody. We all just read things at face value. So the question to you guys is, Nick, let's say that the odds are that you will get Centelled at some point, right?
No, I won't. I won't. I won't.
Are you
is the
Centel that you will never get Centelled? And let's just say,
bro, I'm basically. It could be my account. You guys don't know.
Over the next 2 weeks, you won't get Centelled.
I'm not going to get Centel, bro. It's like the Illuminati. Like I'm part of the Centel. Do you understand? Like
that's crazy, bro.
But I'm like, how do you know that I'm not part of this Centel?
All right. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't know.
Exactly. Maybe I'm playing it close to the chest.
If you did, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty clever, and I like almost respect it. Other than the fact that like,
what do you mean almost?
The fact that like, I just like, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of misinformation, but there's a fine line between misinformation and parody. That's all.
Also, and the thing is, this is an account where you can't get cancelled. You can say anything because it's a parody account.
It's X and it's parody. It's kind of like Weird Al Yankovic. Guy's now got a Hollywood star, man.
So I can't get Centelled if I'm part of the Centel.
All right. Well, Tennis Centel, make sure you clip this up.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been Centelled.
Of course, you
have. Tell us what it was.
It's time to be honest.
It's probably it was LeBron James coming back to Miami Heat or some shit.
Shut up. No, it wasn't like that. It was to do with the Miami Heat though, and I'm pretty sure I literally sent it directly to Nick. I was like, bro, since when was this happening? And it was like something ridiculous at the time.
I was like,
Jimmy Butler goes for like 2 second-round picks or some bullshit. And like, I was busy, man. I was working. Like, I'm out here. Like, I don't have time to think about what's real and what isn't real. Like, I trust everyone. That's just who I am. Anyway, so I sent it to Nick, and he just wrote back in capitals, ha, 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 ha. You're an idiot. And that's how that went.
That's pretty good. Well, all right. I think that's a good wrap on Arvin's Corner. More random stories than this. Like, this is coming a good one for tennis, but you just don't know what could come. Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I was really hoping that you were going to bring to the table that black athlete that was running hurdles and his cock flopped out and it was like woof, woof, woof. And then the commentator said something crazy about how big his junk was, and then they had to apologize on air because apparently it offended too many people, but didn't offend the athlete.
I have no clue what you're talking about, but I don't know what that is. I'm not going to look that up either, just to be clear. So,
dude, if you're a deep internet scroller like myself, at some point you will see this black man's willy.
Yeah, that's
and it's dude. Hats off to him.
Interesting algorithm you got there.
He's backing.
Hey,
and I feel like people that are watching this will know what I'm talking about, and they will comment and back me up. So you guys are uncultured. I'm the cultured.
And that's a wrap on Arvin's Corner.
See, Arvin. Man, I love Arvin's Corner. Arvin's Corner is fun. But I guess we can't finish an episode of Good Trouble without talking about some NBA. I even though the season just wrapped up, I'm still following the free agency, what the Celts are doing. The Celts have had some big trades.
The C's lost this year.
The C's did lose this year. Shout out to OKC, all the OKC fans. I think it was their time. I mean, the best team. They were the best team over the whole season. They were so dominant, historic defense. So,
yeah, look, definitely the team. It's well deserving. That's for sure.
It is well deserving.
It's so tough to see. Like, firstly, there's been like 10 different Achilles tears this season. And one of them happened in Game 7 of the finals, like within, first couple minutes of the first quarter?
Yeah, he was 3 of Tyrese Halliburton, 3 of 3, had 9 points. The paces were up.
Bro, it's crazy. I just feel like that's so hard.
This is like,
how do you now know as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
Yeah, because injuries are part of the game.
But like, Come on, man.
No, injuries are
I
part
feel
of the
like
game.
maybe the Pacers could have won, upset everything.
Yeah, they could have, but you can't. That's Shea can only beat, or the OKC can only beat who's on the court. So injuries are
I
part
feel
of the
like
game.
one that's probably not talked about enough, by the way, in terms of Achilles tears, is Damian Lillard.
Yeah, I mean Lillard, Tatum, and Halliburton all in the postseason.
Bro, that's a lot of money now sitting on the bench.
Well, also, but the thing is, like now the future of Indiana, the future of Boston, like I mean, Lillard's obviously had a
Hey, he's had a good career though.
decorated career, but like now it's like the future of these organizations. It's like you got to wait a year to see how your star's going to recover. But this is just stems from what I've said before. The season's way too long. Like it's too long for these players. Like the game's more physical, they're more
definitely.
athletic. Like they can't. Like
they're in shape. I feel like the technology hasn't really changed that much. Like shoes can only get so good. There's only so much you can put in a little pad.
Exactly. But Tatum...
And they can't change the court.
Tatum's in supreme shape, bro. It's not like Zion where, you could maybe lose like 5...
Dude, Zion's supreme, bro.
No, but like, you know what I mean? Like Zion's never played like a full season because of like, whatever it could be. But like Tatum...
too many chicken wings.
That's what I'm saying. Like Tatum... What more can Tatum do to avoid getting injured? Or Halliburton,
probably,
it's
load. Play less.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But then they get smacked for not playing. It's like, they get paid all this money to sit on the bench. It's like, well, what do you want? Do you want him to rupture his Achilles, or do you want him to have load management?
I feel like because in the new CBA, which is the collective bargaining agreement for anyone that was wondering,
yeah,
there's all these rules now to make people play. Like you can't just sit out for no reason. The teams get massive fines, the players get massive fines.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying.
Who knows? I wonder if it'll be reviewed, because if these guys have had to play, and like yes, they do sit out, and TV stations complain because they're not getting their star players on the network.
Well, this is
but
what
I
happens,
feel like, I mean, you have to like consider we won't have any of these players to watch if they all keep getting injured because they're playing like day after day after day. Like it's fucking crazy.
It's a joke. Yeah, but that's why load management exists. That's why, people like the old heads that are talking in sport. It's like, back in my day, I used to play. Like, bro, you did not play to this intensity. You didn't play to this like level of physical. Like, it's just not. It's not the same.
Pacers made the finals, right? And I feel like they were that close to winning the
one
chip.
game, yeah.
One game, their star player goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like we've seen a lot of media around it, but only I guess an athlete can really shed light on what kind of goes through your head at that point. Because I feel like you've probably had something similar in the sense that you've come off the back of Wimby final, quarterfinals in the US Open, and then all of a sudden, like your tennis levels are the best it's ever been, and you hit with an injury, right? Like, what do you reckon these mindsets? Well, what are the mindsets going through you athletes when you hit with an injury where you can't really control what's going on anymore?
Well, yeah, it's brutal. I mean, you have to understand and trust in the process of, what the surgeons say, what your team say. Like I saw Tatum back in the gym already, like it's day 45 or something since it's happened or something like that. So, I think it's hard. Like for Tatum and Halliburton, like the mindset is you just trust in the process, but it's like the uncertainty of, am I going to be the same?
Joel Embiid trusted the process, bro.
Yeah, but bro, like
look where he is.
Embiid's, bro, his knees don't work no
bro.
more. He can't play without that big ass knee brace. Like he literally is always hurting, and he's 7'3" with a meniscus. Like, bro, he's done. Like Embiid is never going to be the same. But like Tatum and Halliburton,
you still think there's a chance for Tatum and Halliburton?
I do think there's a chance, like being optimistic, and as an athlete, I hope they're going to be the same. But that's the hardest thing is like, am I going to be able to play or do the things I was able to do? Like, I mean, look at Paul George. Like, broke his leg. He had to develop other parts of his game. Like Tatum and Halliburton maybe have to start looking to do other things. But it's brutal. Like, it's actually brutal. It's heartbreaking, to be honest, because
it is tough.
I mean, Halliburton he was emerging as like a superstar. Like, literally a superstar, and Tatum was
but his shots whack, bro.
But it's still butter. Like it's still feathery as like whack, he shoots like high 30s from three, and all like he was shooting the lights out. But also like but Tatum, like, bro, first team All NBA the last 5 years, and then now it's like he literally couldn't been playing better basketball.
All right. He's not that good.
He's been first team All NBA the last 5 years. Okay, mate. All right.
Look, GM Kyrgios. You get hired by the Pacers because they're unsure about what's going to happen with their team now that Halliburton's out.
Yeah.
As the GM, what are you now doing to position your team to get back to the finals next season?
No, I'm running it back. I'm running it back with that squad. I like their squad. I love Siakam. Obi Toppin's playing well off the bench. Matherin's playing well.
Yeah, but you got to bring someone in for Halliburton.
No,
whilst he's resting, who are you bringing in?
Yeah, but that means you have to get rid of someone on the roster. I'm not going to trade anyone that
There's
just
no
came
rules.
off the finals.
Who are you bringing in?
No rules.
It has to be realistic, though. You can't just bring in fucking Jaylen Brown.
I don't know. Like, I see that, like, there's a bit of talk. I mean, Drew Holiday just got traded to Portland. So maybe if I can size up, like, maybe like a cheeky, like, trade or picks for... I don't want to give up too many pieces, though, because the Pacers, like, the reason why they're so good is because they're so deep. Like, they have...
Could you slot Kevin Durant into the Pacers?
No, I don't want KD. KD went to Houston. No, because
No, I know, but I'm just saying there was no rules. We're taking him back out of Houston.
No.
Uno Reverso.
No, Siakam is one of the most underrated players in the league.
You've always liked Siakam, actually. He's a good dude.
I don't want it. I just need a point guard that's going to hold it down until Halliburton gets back and just wait out for my star to come back. That's it.
All right, my man. Wrap it up for us. Let's get out of here.
All right, guys. So that is the first episode of your weekly Good Trouble wrapped up. Thank you, Horse. I'm going to be looking forward to doing this every week, chatting about everything that we see, people getting centelled, NBA, tennis, pretty much anything, Arvin's Corner, random topics. I can't wait to continue to do this. So see you all next week. See you, Horsey.
See you, brother.